So through this one, I was able to tell how many tables we have. Through this one, I was able to say, okay, I pick a particular table and say, okay, tell me the columns of this particular table and the type of data that can occupy those columns. While this one, I was able to say, show me all the information inside or all the data inside that particular table. Are you with me? So these are different statements that I'm giving. So I'm asking them to do different things. You can see that this select and this select is doing the same thing. The from is telling you that where is the source? Where am I going to make this search? Where am I going to look? That is what the from clause does. It's called from clause. The select clause, from clause. So a select clause must always go with a from clause. A from clause must always go with a select clause. Without a from clause, the select statement is not complete. There has to be a source from which you are searching for the data. So where am I going to search for the data? And then what am I going to look for in that place? So select star from employees. Employees is the source where I am going to select. So it's saying from employees, give me all the rows that are in that employees. So select, you are telling select, go to employees and give me all the rows that are there. So an employee has done that and he gave me all the rows, and these are the rows. So let's work with the select first. Select star from employees, give me everybody. Now, if I don't want to see everybody, this select statement has three capabilities. The capability of the select statement is that it can show me different columns, right? The three capabilities of the select statement are projection. Can you see my screen? Projection, selection, and then the third one is joining. So this select statement can show me, now it's showing me all the columns that are in the employee table. I can decide that I don't want to see all the columns. I want to see only the first two columns, which is the employee ID and the first name. That is called projection. So I want to project only two columns to the screen. I can decide that I want to project the employee ID, the last name, and the email address. I can decide that those are the only three columns I want to see. I will do it for you to see. I can decide that, okay, I don't want to show all the employees that are there. I want to bring out only Stephen and Nina only. If I do that, that is selection. That is the capability of the select statement. It can do that. I can decide that, okay, I want to bring out Stephen, Diana, and Nancy. I can decide that that is what I want to bring out. Now, the select statement also has the capability to join. So I have this employee table, and then I also have department table. So in this employee table, I'm only seeing number for department ID. I am not seeing the name of the department that King and Austin belong. I want to bring out a report that will show me the ID of Stephen, the first name of Stephen, the last name of Stephen, and the name of Stephen's department. In this table, I'm only seeing 90. I don't know the name. Now, for me to know the name, I have to go to the department table, which is this one, and look for 90. See, 90 here means executive. That is the name. Department name is executive. So I can say I want to bring out a report that is showing me the name and then the name of the employee and the name of the department. I can do that. So that capability is called joining. All these I will demonstrate. So I have select statement has the capability to project, to select, and to join. Here I have said select star from employee. It's showing me everybody. Now I want to do the first one, which is what? Projection. I want to bring out only few columns, not all the columns. So I want to bring out the first name, the last name, and the salary column. That is what I want to bring out. So I am going to say, instead of writing star, I'm going to say select. Since I know their names, which is what? First name, I'm going to type it the way it is, first underscore name. Are you with me, sir? Are you seeing what I'm doing? Then I'll put comma. I'll pick the next one, last name, last underscore name. I'll put another comma, and I'll pick the column that I want again, which is salary. Now, having stated those three columns, I will now say from employees. I'll type it. Then I'll put my semicolon. Are you seeing that? That is how you terminate the statement. So in English language, we say full stop, right? But in this language, you will say double colon, semicolon. So semicolon is how you terminate a statement in this language. Are you with me? Okay, now having done that, I am now going to click on the execute statement. Execute. I'm going to click on it. So you see, can you see what it has done? Yeah. Okay. Now that is it. So that is how you use the projection capability of the select statement. So I just click on that execute statement and it brought out only three columns for me. First name, last name, salary. So I have the names. Now, I am going to use the selection capability, and I will bring out Stephen, Nina, and Lex. Or let's just do one person. I'll bring out David. Can you see David is number 6, right? But that is not the ID of David. So let's go back here. Now I'm having David as number 6, Abi. The ID of David is 105. Are you with me, sir? Yes. The ID of David is 105. So I'm going to use this ID to bring out only David. So in that case, I'm going to say, I can just go just one step since I've terminated this one. I will say select star, meaning I want to bring out all the columns. I'm not selecting a particular column. I'm saying give me all the columns. Every information about David is what I want to see. What is his employee ID? What is his first name? What is the last name? What is the email, the phone number, the hire date, the job ID, the salary, the commission percentage? Is this person having commission? Manager ID, the department ID. Bring it out for me. So I'm going to use star for that. Select star from, right, employees. So I will just select it. Can you see that? Where, now, that is, I'm introducing another clause, which is the where clause. So select star from employees. Where, what I'm teaching you now is the selection capability. I'm teaching you the selection capability, which is this one of the select statement. Now, where then I will pick the column. I'll pick the column, which is this employee ID. So I'm going to type it. I'm going to use that employee ID. Where employee, see, is already showing me. I'll just enter it. Where employee ID equals 105. So I will terminate it. You see? So I am saying go to the employees table, and select any row that the employee ID is 105. So now I have terminated it by putting my semicolon. So I'm just going to click on the execute statement. So can you see that? Yes. It brought out only David. So it's showing me that this employee, the person that has this ID is David. His first name is David. The last name is Austin. Email address is daustin. Phone number, hire date, job ID, salary, commission percentage. So when was David employed? David was employed on the 25th June 2005. And who is David? David is an IT programmer. David's salary is 4,800. Of course, he's not a marketer, so he will not have commission. That is why it is null. Now, David's manager is 103. Now, and we don't know who is 103. So, David manager is 103. Now, if we do this, if I come back here and I select and I do everything here again, oh no, not that one. That one will not show us. This one, who is 103? See, 103 is Alexander. Can you see, sir? Yes. So 103 is Alexander. So it means that Alexander is David manager. So Alexander is also in IT department. He's also an IT programmer. So he's the manager of David. That is what this query is showing us. The department ID of David is 60. And you know from this department, 60 is what? 60 is IT. Can you see it? Yes. 60 is IT. And the manager of IT department is 103. Can you see? 103. So that is what that is doing to us. We have the third one, which is the joining. I will show you that when we are looking at selecting from multiple tables. You will see how to use that joining. So let's just focus on this projection and selection, which is the capability of the SQL query. Now, you asked this question earlier this afternoon, right? Yeah. That if you want to pick a particular employee, so this is it. You introduce the where clause. So we have the select clause, the from clause, and the where clause. It is not a must. You have to write it in a straight line like this. You can write your query like this. This one. This. So you can write your query like this. Select star from employees, where employee ID equals to 105. If you are to actually read this statement in this language, you don't start from the select. You start from the source, which is from employees, where employee ID equals to 105. Select the row. Are you with me? Yes. So that is how you read it. Yes, that is how you read. That is how you read it in this language. You have to read it from the source. If there is no where clause, let's say you are only dealing with these two, then here you have to terminate it. So here you are saying from employee, meaning you have to identify the source. give me the rows. So when you do that one, it brings out everything. So it goes to the employee tables and give you all the rows. That is what it means. All the columns, all the rows. While this one, if I remove this one is saying from employees, where the employee ID is 105. So it will come to employee ID. You will look for 105, and then it will return it. So, in summary, we have only used the select statement so far today. There is the select clause, which is just saying select star. That is a clause. It's not complete. It's not a complete statement. And again, when you say from employees, that is also not a complete statement. Because the person will ask you, yes, from employees, what should I do? Are you with me, sir? Yeah. So, but when you say select star from employees, now that is a complete statement. So when you want to write, that is the complete syntax. Select star from employees. There has to be a source from which you want to pull out the data. So that is what we have done today. Wow, what a wonderful session. This is what we have to do today. So in the next class, we will continue with the select statement capability. So till then, see you in the next lecture.